Hello mates, welcome to Full Stack Java Developer. I am Kiran Jadhav here. In this session, I will give the practical hands-on exposure for Spring Boot 4 and the functionalities CRUD application. It means we are going to perform create, read, update and delete. And I will propose to here employee management application. Then see, we are using here Spring Boot latest version as Spring Boot 4 and Java we are using JDK 25. Then see, we'll start with the practical implementation. For that, we'll simply come up with the Chrome browser here and we'll create the Spring Boot application. Then simply, we are just going to type here this is Spring Initializer, official web page like start.spring.io, where we are going to create the Spring Boot project. The project as Maven, the language is Java, Spring Boot latest version we are using 4 plus. Then here you can simply say project metadata. We are using here base package as com dot full stack. You can simply say artifact means our application name. I am giving the application name as HRM CRUD application. Now simply refactor the base package, packaging a jar, Java version 25. The configuration I will propose to is YAML file. Adding dependencies, DevTool for live load the application, Lombok for reduce the boilerplate code, Springwave itself available inbuilt Tomcat server. It will help us to create the REST API as well. Next I'm using data JPA for persistence layer. Next I'm using here MySQL as a database driver you can simply consider. Then click on generate. Then within a minute production ready application will be available there. Then simply right click and go to the extract. Then see, once extraction is done, then we'll copy our application here and paste into particular folder. Then see one screen. Here I will simply copy our application and paste it to particular folder. Now we'll simply copy the path of our application here and simply import this application into IntelliJ IDEA. See, here is the IntelliJ. I will go to the file, new project from existing sources and giving the path here. Then simply click on select folder. Then import project from external model as Maven project. Click on create. I want to open in new window. Then click on trust project. Once it open in new window, then coming to pom.xml file here. And there I am going to add the Swagger UI dependency. See, under dependencies we are adding here Swagger UI dependency org.spring dot. See, Swagger UI dependency added successfully. Next, if you want to check, like Spring Boot we are using here 4 version and Java we are using Java 25. Now under src main we have resources and there we are going to create the YAML file. You can simply say right YAML file already available there. I'm just going to add the YAML content here. Then this is you can simply say database configuration. I will copy it from my existing application and paste here in our newly created application. See, then next simply goes to build the project, goes to Maven and then do like mun clean space install. It means we are just going to do like execute the Maven code, right? Yes, it will take some time. Then meanwhile we'll come up with the com.fullstack as a base package. Right click there, new Java package. I'm giving package name as an entity package. Next package, I am creating new package. This will be repository package. Next package, I am creating the new package. Package name as you can simply say this will be service package. Next we require the package name as controller package. Again next package I am creating the package name as you can simply say this will be exception. Now coming to entity package, in that I am creating new Java class as employee. Then within repository I am creating new Java. This will be the interface name as employee repository. In service I am creating new, you can simply say this will be Java interface name as I employee service. And within service itself I am creating new Java class as this will be employee service. Now coming to exception, in that I am creating new Java class as like record not found exception. This is you can simply say custom exception we are going to create there. Again within exception I am creating new Java class as global custom exception validator you can simply say, right? Yeah, global custom exception handler. As per every business requirement, you can follow the naming convention. Global, you can simply say custom exception handler. This is the class name I'm giving here. Now coming to controller, new Java class as this will be employee controller. Such a way we done with the skeleton. Then here build also success. Then simply reload the project here. Once it's done, then we start with the implementation part. It means development. Simply come up with the employee.java. Annotate with address data. This is coming from Lombok itself, replaceable for getter, setter, and toString. It will help us to reduce boilerplate code as well. Here I'm using other constructor for parameters constructor. Nor constructor, it means default constructor. Using address entity, it means this is entity class. And if you are not using address table, it will consider Pojo class name as a table name. I'm giving here table name as well. The table name as I'm passing here employee. Now I'm using @ID. It means this is, you can simply say primary key generative value. It means this will be auto increment. Passing a strategy as you can simply say generative type as identity. This will be private. I'm giving this will be the long emp have ID. Next private. This will be string. You can simply say emp have name. Private. This will be double emp have salary. Next I'm using private. This will be, you can simply say local data I'm using. This is the class coming from java.time. This is the Java 8 feature. Itself available date format as a y/mm_pt. Then this is I'm giving emp op. Then time being I'm just adding four fields: ID, name, salary, and DOP. If you want to add other card, PAN card, email, password, you can go and implement it. Now come up with the next employee repository. Annotate with repository annotation here. See, we are just going to repository and then use here extends JP repository. And there I am passing our Pojo class name as employee and the corresponding wrapper class as long. And if you want to write any custom methods here, right, you can simply go ahead and add the custom methods as well. If you want to add JPQL, you can add the JPQL as well. Now come up with the interface here, right? Then interface, I'm just going to add here abstract method. Then by default interface, each and every method is public. Then first method I'm adding here employee. This will be saved employee ending with semicolon. That's called abstract method, only declaration. Next I'm adding here, this will be, you can simply say optional of employee, because optional is a Java class come from java.util package. It comes in Java 8. It will help us to avoid null pointer exception. This will be function as find by ID. I'm passing here long type of emp ID as an input parameter there ending with semicolon. Coming to next you can simply say we are trying to fetch all data, right? That's why I'm passing here list. It will be, you can simply say employee, and here I'm passing find all. Next is we are just going to pass here, this is, you can simply say for update perspective employee and the function like I'm giving here update. Then this will be long type of, you can simply say emp ID, and corresponding we are passing the data for employee as well ending with semicolon. And the last one is by, you can simply say delete by ID. Here I am passing long type of emp ID as the input parameter ending with semicolon. Okay, here else if you are passing long, that also fine. Control A, Alt Control L, it will format the code base. Now come up with the employee service. Annotate put service annotation there. You can simply use service. Then we required required our constructor as well, because we are not going to use field based injection by using auto we'll prefer to use constructor injection by using required our constructor. Then here I am using implements. This will be I employee service. It means whatever abstract method in interface we must want to implement into our implementation class. The all five methods we have implemented here. That's called implementation here. Okay, open curly brace. Now I am using private. This will be final. You can simply say this is as employee repository. Then see here I'm just going to use, like whenever we are trying to save data, then return here employee repo dot save inbuilt function available there, passing input as an employee here. Next we have find by ID, right? Then definitely we need to handle the custom exception. Then we'll come up with the record not found exception. Simply use extends runtime exception. Then here we are using parameterized constructor. This will be public record not found exception. Constructor name same name as a class name, and we are passing parameter as a string type of message. Then simply use super message. Such a way we are going to handle the custom exception. But global level perspective, we have created the separate class as global custom exception handler. Then class level we are using at the rate REST controller advice notation, and at method level we are using at the rate exception handler. Then here is the method I'm writing public. This will be response entity. Then here we are not sure like which type of data we are trying to fetch. Then use the question mark. Otherwise you can simply use the object as well, because object is the parent class for all the Java classes. And I'm giving here, this is the function, you can simply say handle custom exception. And the class name I am passing here, this is record not found exception. The reference as exception. Now simply to return, this will be new, like response entity you can simply say, and we're just going to pass exception dot get message, and corresponding, like we are going to fetch the HTTP status code as well. We are returning here, this is not found. It means you can simply say 404. If you want to check it, see here is the 404. It means not found. Here is not found. Then here you can simply say, like at class level we are using REST control advice, and method level we are using exception handler for global system exception perspective. Now again coming to employee service, and we'll implement here, this will be employee report dot find by ID. ID as the input parameter. And then we are using Java feature here, or is throw the lambda expression I am passing. This is new record not found exception. Simply pass here. And here I want to say employee ID does not exist. Then see here it gives us the compile time problem, because we need to wrap with the optional of. Simply use here. See, we have resolved the compilation problem as well. Coming to next, this is for find all. This is for update perspective. I'm just going to call here, this will be employee. You can simply say employee one equal to find by ID. Then here we need to resolve the compilation problem. Simply use the get method here. And now I'm just going to add, this will be employee one dot set name. We are getting it from employee dot get name. Next one is employee one dot set salary. We are getting it from employee dot get salary. Next is employee one dot set DOP. We are getting it from employee dot get DOP. Then this employee one, it means this is database. And what this employee, it means it's coming from Swagger React Authorized Postman API, right? Then return here, this will be employee report dot, you can simply say there is not available update method. There is available which method? Save method available there. Now simply call employee one. Please pass your employee one only. Don't pass the employee. Okay. Now simply you can simply return here. Sorry, why is the return type? It does not return a single thing for delete by ID, right? Simply call employee report dot delete by ID. ID as the input parameter. In such a way, we're done with the service implementation. Now coming to next, and this is the last layer as employee controller. Annotate with at the rate REST controller here. Then we are using at the rate request mapping, and the base URIs I am passing here, this will be employees. Then here I am using at the rate required or constructor as well. If you want to add some logs, you can simply use the slave forge as well. Now I'm adding, this will be private final. This is, you can simply say I employee service. This is the employee service here. Then first API I'm writing here, this is post mapping. The API itself we are giving save fresh data. Public response entity, it will be type of employee. The function, it means method name as save, and I'm passing the request body, because we are going to pass the request payload here, right? That's why employee. Now simply do return, this will be new response entity. I'm just going to call the here employee service dot save function available in service there, right? And the corresponding HTTP status code also we are going to fetch as a created. We are going to return it. If you want to check created, it means 201. See, this is 201, it means description is created. And here if you want to add logs, then simply say log.info, and there I'm just going to add which type of data you are trying to save for particular employee, right? Then simply say at trying to save data, this is optional, okay? Employee, and we're going to show the name as well. Coming to next is get mapping. It means we are trying to read data. This is get mapping for find by ID. It means on the basis of ID, we are trying to find the data. I'm passing here, this will be EMP ID, public response entity. You can simply say this will be optional. It will help us to avoid null pointer exception. Passing here employee, this will be find by ID. At the rate path variable I'm passing because this is mandatory to pass the input parameter. That's why. Now simply to return new response entity, we are calling here employee service dot find by ID. ID as an input parameter, and this will be HTTP status dot. You can simply say OK. It means 200. Now coming to next is find all. That's why I'm writing here this is get mapping, and the API itself I'm giving find all. This will be public response entity. Find all, it means we are going to fetch list of data. List all of the duplication of data as well. The function I'm giving this is find all. Now we are just going to return this will be new response entity. We are calling employee service dot find all. Then HTTP status code also we are going to fetch as you can simply say OK. Now coming to next, this is put mapping. It means we are trying to update the data. I'm passing here update on the basis of EMP ID. We are trying to update the data. Public response entity. We are trying to update data for employee. But your updated data we are trying to fetch it. That's why I'm passing the type as employee here. We need input parameter as a long type of you can simply say EMP ID. And corresponding request payload. It means request body we are passing for employee. Simply pass here employee. Now simply to return, this will be new response entity. We are calling here employee service dot. You can simply say update. This is the ID and corresponding employee also we are passing. And HTTP status we are expecting as created. It means data you can simply say updated there. Now coming to next, and this is the last API for the session we are writing here. Delete mapping. Then here you can simply say API name as delete by ID. ID is mandatory. That's why I'm passing here in requested URI parameter itself. Public, this will be response entity. Once data is deleted, we are not going to return any single thing. That's why I'm passing here. This is why you can simply select no content. We are going to fetch it, right? Then see here you can simply say this is delete by ID. Then I'm passing here at the rate path variable. This will be long type of you can simply say EMP ID we are passing. Now we are calling here this employee service dot delete by ID. ID as an input parameter. Then simply use return, right? This will be you can simply say response entity. Here I am just going to pass, and then we are using status here. Then status you can simply say HTTP status as no content. It means we are not going to fetch anything there, right? Ending with semicolon. Then itself they are expecting the build method as well. Then you can simply use the build method there. Fine. Then no content it means you can simply say 204. See here is it 204. It means no content. We are not returning anything here. Okay. For delete perspective, we are not returning data. That's why we're passing here no content. This one thing like we learned newly here, right? Perfect. Now everything is okay, and we are very excited to start our application. Then coming to main class, main method, and simply start our Spring Boot project. Then see, we are expecting it will goes to work on the port number is 8080, right? Then you can simply do one thing, simply come up with the Swagger UI and type here this is localhost. The port number is 8080 we are giving here. See, now we are just waiting to see it's up and running. See, it's up and running, and Swagger also you are able to see on screen here, right? Yeah, within few minutes like we done with the like entire CRUD application. Like this is possible in Spring Boot. Okay, simply like click on save, try it out, and here I'm trying to insert data for you can simply say employee name as Sora. Then see next, here I'm passing salary as well. Like this is you can simply say 9,50,000.99. Next, we are passing date of birth as well. 2020. This will be 11/11. Simply execute it. See, data inserted within seconds, right? Same data available in database as well. If you are going to use it, and select start from employee, there is available Soraka details. Void giving issue there, right? Simply select start from use it. Void giving issue. Then we need to check what is the database name we have given. Simply come back to here. Database name we have given here GST billing, that will be fine. No worries. Simply give the same database name, and there you can simply execute select start from employee. There is one data available for Sora. Now next record, I am just trying data for Lakshmi. Then see one screen. Here I'm just passing Lakshmi. Lakshmi salary I'm giving here 2,50,000, and the date of birth I'm giving here 1997. Simply execute. See data inserted. Now if you're checking in database, there are two records available. See one screen. Two records. One is Swara, second for Lakshmi. In next, we'll test our all the APIs. Find by ID, try it out. I'm expecting data for first employee. We are able to see data on screen here, right? Great. Now if you are passing 1001, it will give us the issue like record not found exception. It means you can simply say employee ID does not exist. And if you are coming to back to here, it will just give us like record not found exception. See, this is custom message, custom exception we handle, and this is the custom message we pass employee ID does not exist. That's why we handle here. You can simply say global custom exception handler, right? Yes. And one more thing I want to show you, whenever you are inserting data, right? See, it's giving the log as well, trying to save data for Sora, trying to save data for Lakshmi as well. Now come back to here. If you are passing 2, it will fetch data for Lakshmi. See one screen. Great. Now find all. We are able to fetch all data there. Two records available, whatever, right? Yes. Next, we are trying to update the data. Try it out. First, I'm passing here for Sora. You can simply remove the ID. I want to add Sora, have surname as Swara Jadhav, and the salary I'm just going to add here 9,90,000. Simply execute. Data updated successfully. Same data you are able to see in database as well. See one screen. Here is Swara Jadhav and 9,90,000 here, right? Great. Then if you are passing here 1001, it will give us employee ID does not exist, right? Even our application also not goes to crash because we handle here. You can simply say custom exception as record not found exception. The message is employee ID does not exist. Coming to next, and this is the last API I'm trying to test. Like you can simply say delete by ID. Just try it out. Pass one. See, data deleted, and we have written this status code as 204. It means you can simply say no content. And if you are going to database, then see there is not available second number record. You are able to see only, sorry, first record is not available because already we deleted record from here, right? Yes. Now you can simply add here 2 and execute. Now 204 status code is, you can simply say return no content because this is delete method, right? Now database there is no any single record. See one screen. Then such a way we're done with the entire like product functionality for this, you can simply say employee management application, and we follow all the like latest tech stack, you can simply say, right? Spring Boot 4. Like I want to show you again one more time here. We follow here Spring Boot 4 version, and the Java we follow here JDK 25. Then definitely upcoming sessions there are lots of things we are going to cover up here. Okay, then stay tuned with the Full Stack Java Developer YouTube channel. Please do like, share, subscribe this channel to get more updates, and see you in next video.